All right, Royalton CHIC, apparently the coolest hotel in Punta Cana. It's been on my radar forever, especially since my time at Rio Republica. Now I'm finally here. In terms of the Royalton properties here, it's supposed to be the coolest, the nicest, it is the cheapest, and therefore it's supposed to be the best. We are gonna find out if that is true. This is Coolest Luxury Hotels, Royalton CHIC, Punta Cana. All right, I'm inside my room here at Royalton CHIC Punta Cana. This trip is going to go one of two ways. I just have that feeling it's gonna be either amazingly awesome or totally terrible. Just call it the gut instinct. We're gonna find out if that is true. I was a little late getting to my room, just wasn't ready. So I had a chance to explore some of the drink menu already. I am going to turn up on this trip for sure, solely because of the amazingness of the drink menu. The welcome drink is the best welcome drink I've ever had at any hotel. It is like this mango ice fusion vodka drink. It was unbelievable. And then I had a Wiki Waki Woo. Get this Wiki Waki Woo. It is vodka, gin, tequila, dark rum, and amaretto with a splash of cranberry. That thing was straight kerosene. That was unbelievable. And then I had a Brandy Alexander. I'm not sure why, I just haven't seen one in forever, so I ordered it. And then I had a blended blue Hawaiian, which made the blended blue Hawaiian so amazing was that they added cream of coconut to it. So I'm inside my room here. This is the cheapest room available here at Royalton CHIC. It is the Luxury King with a garden view. It's small, it's compact, it's very, very efficient. But then again, it is the cheapest room here. The highlight of the bathroom is the see-through window, which peers into this main room right here. Very, very cosmopolitan Las Vegas-esque. The highlight of this main room is definitely the bed. Royalton beds are unbelievable. I've never been disappointed by one yet. This one is accented with an LED light that gives off a really cool hue on the floor, super trick. And then this room just has some really cool touches. It has a high top with two stools instead of a traditional table and chairs, and instead of a traditional sofa or couch, it has a chase. And then of course there is a balcony which looks over to the courtyard as well. So that's pretty much it. That leads me to right now. Royalton CHIC has been on my radar for so long. I'm really excited to be here. It's time to get this trip started. First official full day here at Royalton CHIC Punta Cana. Big smile on my face this morning because I had such an unbelievable dinner last night at Pescari. It was amazing. It was awesome. It was outstanding. I can't believe I'm uttering these words, but they are so true. So Pescari is like a half Japanese, half Peruvian ceviche place, and the food was fresh. It was delicious. It was beautiful. The menu was wide and creative. They had 10 different types of sushi rolls on the menu. My favorite one being the Canadian because it came with maple syrup on it. That's right, maple syrup on a sushi roll. My life is now complete. And by far the best dish of the night were the Nikkei Japanese barbecue ribs. This dish could have been a stellar dish at any standalone restaurant in the world. That's how good it was. I am quite excited to see what the other restaurants are like now that I had such a great experience on my first night here. All right, so it's day number one. The sun is poking out. That means it's time to get to the pool. All right, we need to talk about yesterday. It was out of hand, out of control, put me on my deathbed. It was my first deathbed day of this Punta Cana experience. So I went to the pools as planned. And the first pool I encountered was called the Mermaid Pool. And it was a really cool name and concept. It was a double-decker pool. It had a see-through component to it. It overlooked the entire property. The only problem is that it was way too small. And it was also boring, quiet, and isolated. So scratch that, on to the next pool. Then I went to the general pool, and I loved it. It was beautiful, it was spacious, it still had like a good social component to it, and of course there was a swim-up bar at the end of it, and that is where I planted myself. And that is where the problem started. There were drinks, and there were shots, and there were shots, and there were drinks, and it was rinse and repeat, and that went on for a few hours. Sheer craziness. I left that pool at 4. What I should have done is come up here and gone to bed, but then I decided to go to the party pool for the foam party. And that was just excellent. It was amazing. If you've ever gone to a foam party in Punta Cana, you know how awesome they are, especially with an amazing crowd, a really fun crowd, and a really cool crowd, which is what the crowd was here. The foam party went on for like an hour or two, and there were theatrics, the music was fantastic. It was just such a solid time. So I had a dinner reservation at Hunter Steakhouse at 6, and I think I actually left the party pool at 7. So that's a problem right there. I came up here, went to bed, and what I should have done is sleep through the night, but nope, I got up, I rallied, I went to Hunter Steakhouse. That was the 3rd Hunter Steakhouse I have been to in Punta Cana, and one was good, one was bad, and this one was average. The best part of the night is when I left Hunter and went to the lounge for the lounge party, the entertainment show. That was so much fun. It was awesome. So there's a circular bar in the lounge, and it's beautiful, and that's kind of like the social hub of the entire place, and everybody congregates there after dinner. The drinks are flowing. The drinks are fantastic, by the way. And then the entertainment show started, and it was like this musical dance ensemble, but like postmodern. So like the people were dressed up in these really cool club outfits with LED lights. The music was amazing. It was such a fantastic time. Definitely the most marvelous experience I've had here so far. After that, I decided to go to the nightclub. Yes, there is a nightclub here at Royalton CHIC, and it was small as most of the in-house nightclubs are, but the music was unbelievably awesome. And the setup was pretty cool with, with some poles and some bird cages, and it was actually, I think, really, really well done. I left there around 1 or 2. I'm not sure how late it stays open, but it is an option if you want to continue the party into the night and into the morning. That leads me to right now, and after such a crazy day yesterday, I think there's no better idea than a beach day. There's nothing like some vitamin D from the sun and the tranquility from the ocean to soothe your psyche, your spirit, and your soul. I'm back in action, barely, but technically back in action, feeling better. The beach was a decently average experience. It's not gonna wow you. It's also not going to disappoint you. The water was a beautiful shade of blue. There was a nice wide stretch of sand. I have noticed that the sand up here in the Uvero Alto region is different than the sand down in the Barbaro region. The sand down in the Barbaro region is that hyper white, squishy, soft type sand. The sand up here is more coarse, more dense, and more golden. There was barely any seaweed. You could tell that the staff did a great job managing it. And overall, there was plenty of space, even in the general population area of the beach. In totality, it was a pretty decently average beach experience. And that leads me to right now, it's night number 3. I'm thinking and craving Italian. The place is called Vespa. What is it with the Dominicans and lasagna? I had two of the best lasagnas I've ever had in my entire life here in the Dominican Republic. The first one I raved about for days. That was at the Majestic Mirage property, I believe. And then the one here last night at Vespa was out of this world. It was right there. In some ways, I think it was even better than the lasagna I had over at Majestic, but wow, wow, wow. Vespa was cool, it was quaint, it was charming, there were some Italian knickknacks in there to kind of give it an Italian vibe. Not every dish was good. I definitely would stay away from the pizzas and the calzones, but after having that lasagna, they can do whatever the heck they want. So this morning and most of the day it was cloudy, which is good. It gave me an opportunity to go explore the rest of the property. I checked out the buffet, finally. I went over there for breakfast. It overlooked the water, overlooked the pools, overlooked the courtyard. The location is perfect. There were really three standouts of the buffet. Number one was the make your own omelet station. So they give you a bowl to put all the fixings in. You know, typically at these omelet stations, you know, you say, I want more ham, less ham, a little bit of cheese, more of this, more of that. It's just painstaking. They give you the bowl. You put in as many fixings as you want or whatever you don't want and give the bowl back to them. They crack the eggs, stir it up, and make it for you. I loved it. There was also a Bloody Mary station with premium vodka. That was fantastic. One of the best Bloody Marys I've had in Punta Cana thus far. And then lastly, just a little thing that I thought was so cool is that they had honey straight from the honeycomb. After the buffet, I waddled down to the Diamond Club Beach Bar. I wanted to spend more time there to see what it was like. I ended up inventing a drink from the mind of James. I call it the Mango Tango. It is a pina colada and a mango margarita. It is fantastic, if I do say so myself. And then after my time at the Diamond Club Beach Bar, I just strolled over to the pool scene. I just wanted an easy, breezy, tranquil day at the pool, and that's exactly what I got. The crowd was great. The crowd was definitely lively. Not the party crowd from a couple days ago, but that's fine. I didn't want that. Just a good crowd, great music with a fun, energetic atmosphere. There were two drinks I had that were fantastic. The first one was a 69. That was unbelievable. And then the second one was interesting. I showed them a picture of my toucan drink from the Royalton Punta Cana. I thought that maybe since this was a Royalton property, they could recreate it. Showed them a picture, and what they came back with was a parrot. Definitely not a toucan. It was still delicious, and I had a fun laugh about that. And that brings me to right now, it is night number 4 here at Royalton. It's my last night here. I really don't know what to think. Should I wind this trip down gradually? It's been an amazing trip so far. Or should I turn up on my last night? I have some time to think about it, and I'm gonna think about it over dinner. I'm going to the second best restaurant on site, or I should say the second most popular one. I'm headed to the Indian place. It's called Taj. Taj last night. Wow, I never saw Taj coming. It was beautiful, striking. My jaw dropped a little bit when I walked in. Probably like the best decorated restaurant I've seen thus far at an all-inclusive. It had this beautiful Indian motif, and the vibe was everywhere because they had some awesome Indian music playing. It was trendy and modern and cool. And the food was actually above average. I had a lot of the chicken dishes, and almost every single one of them was a hit. So overall, a very, very, very nice way to end my final dinner here at Royalton CHIC. All right, I'm gonna start with the negatives on this property because this is gonna be a positive review, so I wanna get the negatives out of the way first. There are much fewer negatives than positives. So first of all, the room is egregiously small. I don't care if it's the entry-level room, the cheapest room, the base room. I just came from Royalton Bavaro, and that entry-level room was, yes, a little bit more expensive, but it was twice as big. So the rooms here are just exceedingly small. If you are thinking about sharing that bathroom with somebody else, forget about it. It's not happening. Also, I did not think Diamond Club was worth it. I'm usually a big proponent of Diamond Club, and I didn't see the value. It's the same drink menu everywhere here on campus. At Royalton Punta Cana, it's Diamond Club that got you all those cool, crazy drinks that you saw in my videos. And here, the drink menu is fantastic, and it's available everywhere. So there's really no need to get Diamond Club to get special drinks. The actual Diamond Club lounges, there's really only one of them, and it is small. It's very much underwhelming and not really a great experience. So if you like to hang out at your lounges in the morning or evening, forget about it. You're not hanging out at this one. And then also, I mean, really the only thing that you got access to that was special was the Diamond Club Beach Bar. And yes, that's a great spot to get a drink or maybe to meet someone during the day. And yes, that was a fun spot to hang out for a few minutes, but I couldn't imagine spending more than a few hours there. Definitely not worth the price of admission for Diamond Club. So I didn't think Diamond Club was worth it. Lastly, I thought the beaches were underwhelming. I meant what I said previously. I mean, they're not gonna wow you, they're not gonna disappoint you, but compared to the other Punta Cana beaches I've seen thus far, definitely more on the letdown side. So if you are a huge beach person, you're probably gonna be let down a little bit by the beach here at Royalton CHIC. The positives though much outweigh the negatives. I had a great stay here. I'm gonna try to hit most of them as quickly as possible. I loved the motif of this place. I really got like a South Beach type of vibe. Just with the white decor, it seems fresh, it seems very chic, which is very emblematic of the brand. I loved how the buildings were small. You know, a lot of times you get into these towers and they are labyrinths and there's so much foot traffic and it's so noisy, and here the buildings are small. The foot traffic is down, they're very quiet. I think that is brilliant, especially like at an energetic and party hotel like this. So that I absolutely loved. The restaurants here were the best out of any Royalton property I've been to. And above the food quality, the thing that really stood out about these restaurants in general was how wide and diverse they were. I mean, some of these restaurants had 30 dishes on their menu. That's more than you would find at a standard standalone restaurant, you know, somewhere in the United States. I just came from Breathless, and you'd be lucky to have a choice of 4 or 5 entrees, and at some of these places, you would have 10 or 15 to choose from. So the breadth and the variety and the creativity of the menus were fantastic. The vibe of this hotel is fantastic. The second I pulled up and then the minute I walked into the lobby, I just got a great feeling. There's house music playing right as you enter, and it's very tastefully done. Not too quiet, not too loud. All these Royalton properties are beautiful, and this one does not disappoint. This is gonna be more boutique than the other monstrous Royalton properties, so if you're looking for something that is smaller, more walkable, more manageable, this is gonna be the property for you. So with all that being said, how do I rate Royalton CHIC? It's going to get my second best rating of all time in Punta Cana. That is a 4.5, which is an extremely rare rating, but this is an extremely rare property. It just really kind of combines a lot of the best things I look for in all these hotels into one. It has a great campus, it's very boutique-y, it's easy to walk around, it's fresh, it's modern, it's cool, it's trendy. Of course, there's an energy and a party vibe to this place. The restaurants had fantastic menus, a phenomenal pool scene. I just can't say enough good things. It combines some of the best attributes I've been looking for from all the hotels into one, and I think if you want those for a fantastic price, you really got to consider Royalton CHIC.